Welcome back to the FactFinder instructional video series. In the last video, we learned about the Explorer views for navigating to applications, transactions, and machines. In this video, we'll drill down into an individual server. To start, you need to be in one of the Explorer views. I'm using an App Explorer. Go to the machine that you want to investigate and either right-click and select Open Machine Full Details or just double-click in the gray area. That will open up the Full Details window, a drill-down view into this server. On the left, you can see important information about the service levels of this machine, both the response time to its clients as well as the load those clients are placing on it. On the right, you can see service level information about the servers that this WAS Sol4 machine depends on. It's important to have both views, the front-end and back-end view, for isolating whether this machine is a bottleneck. We'll talk about that more in the problem-solving video, but the basic idea is that if this machine is slow to its clients, but it can't blame that bad performance on slow machines further down the dependency chain, he's the bottleneck. In the bottom left, you see a quick view of which processes running on this WAS Sol4 machine are the slowest, and in the bottom right, you can see which back-end connections to other servers are also slow. In the middle, you can see all the application systems that this machine participates in. FactFinder uniquely combines this information about transaction participation with information about the application components and server resources of this machine. Let's look at the Server Stack tab. Here you can see the resource utilization of the processes and operating system on this machine. If it was a virtual machine, you could also see information about the virtual machine and the virtual host. If we go to the Processes tab, we can see that information in even more detail, broken down by individual process. By using the bar charts and the table view, you can see information about the slowest processes, the ones with the most load placed upon them, the ones making the most network activity, or the ones with the most constrained resources. I can also explore each of these processes in more detail. By giving them a double click, I open up a new tab called the Process Explorer for that process. Because this is a WebSphere machine, I can see information about its overall service levels and overall CPU and memory utilization, but below I can also see important information about WebSphere and the JVM. I can see garbage collection time, the size of the heap, I can investigate sessions, connection pools, JVM memory pools, threads. I can also see information about his command line invocation. And finally, I can see the transactions that he's participating in. Let's close this tab and go to the next one. The Frontends tab shows the performance of this machine to different clients. The Backends tab shows the performance of backends that this machine depends on. The Storage tab shows the various file systems mounted on this machine. From this view, you can see information about the queue lengths of each of these disks to see if they're getting backed up, and information about reads and writes and the amount of time that they take. By looking at the Configuration tab, I can see important details about both the operating system or the virtual machine and host if this is a virtual machine. I can also see information about the installed collector running on this machine. And lastly, you can see which transactions this machine is participating in. That's the end of this video about drilling down into an individual machine. In the next video, we'll pick up where this left off to explore the various ways to manage transactions within FactFinder.